Okay, so in this video, we're going to be talking about the differences between viral content and content that actually gets you clients, how to use both, and why you need to know the importance of both, and why, arguably, one is more important than the other one. So a couple of years ago, I was looking to hire a photographer myself for my wife and I found myself on this particular photographer's website. And while on this website, you could view tons of galleries from them in form of blog posts where you had dozens of images from each stand-alone gallery, and you could see the start to finish storyline unfold. You could also look at their PicTime galleries, which were public, and so you could scroll through just tons of different PicTime galleries that they had, which is PicTime is kind of like a cloud storage system where you can deliver a client gallery on. And so you could see every single photo that was delivered to the client. And so you're seeing these full galleries, you're seeing these blog posts. And while I was sifting through these many galleries of blogged work, and again, some of these PicTime full galleries, I was absolutely stunned by not the quality of their isolated work all by itself, meaning, just one or two images that blew me away at a time. But what I was so stunned by was the consistency of the quality of their work across multiple full bodies of work and full projects of work. And just seeing photo after photo after photo of some of the most beautiful imagery that I'd ever seen. It was like by the time I got through probably the third or the fourth gallery, I realized myself, I want to hire this person. We actually didn't end up hiring this person. We didn't end up hiring anybody for this certain season of our life, just life got busy. But I still remember thinking, and I probably still think this, if we ever were going to hire somebody, I would think of that person first. And mind you, this person had very premium pricing listed on their website as well. So I was very well aware of that. But when I'm looking through these images, they seemed every bit worth that price. And it just struck me how this moment, as their customer, as their potential client, it did not happen for me as, a follower on any of their social media platforms, right? It didn't happen on a viral post of theirs that thousands or millions of other people saw as well as I did. It happened on their website, on low traffic pages of their website, mind you, or even blog posts and PicTime galleries that otherwise maybe would have been hidden. And I may have been one out of probably maybe even 100 or less people that saw those pages on their site. But that is where they basically created a client out of me. And this entire scenario perfectly encapsulates what I want to talk about today, which is the difference in function in your marketing between viral content and client getting content. So first, let's define what these are. So viral content is content that by nature appeals to more people, and it's just accessible to more people. So it's going to get you more views, right? Think of social media content about just any topic, and doesn't have to be niche content, just any topic and something that goes viral, right? Because it just relates to everybody. Or short and entertaining content and funny type reels that just, again, relate to everybody, interest everybody. Or photos that feel safe and photos that just kind of look like everybody else's. And the editing is just like everybody else's and whatever have you. The poses are just like everybody else's, right? Or another example would maybe be just an Instagram carousel post. These are things that are going to appeal to a lot of people, more accessible to a lot of people. You can even think of short caption versus long caption. So a short caption is going to be something that, again, more people are going to read, right? What you're usually getting in these types of content pieces is not clients. You're not actually creating clients in these spaces. What you're getting is something called attention, right? Now, on the flip side, you have client getting content, right? And that's his content that by nature, as opposed to that viral content, it appeals to a more selective group of people and is likely even less accessible. So think content about your specific niche or longer, more expert content from you, or photos that a specific type of client only would connect with, or website content as opposed to social media content, or blog posts as opposed to Instagram posts, or longer storytelling captions as opposed to short, quick captions, right? Now, a key difference to note here, some people think that all marketing is equal. Like all these things are all just marketing, so they're all equal. But that's not true. Viral content does not often create clients because here's the thing, is just because someone laughs at your reel and finds it funny and engages with it, that doesn't mean that they are ready to pay money to hire you. Just because they liked your 10 photo carousel post doesn't mean they are ready to pay money for you. Because what you did get from them is attention, right? But you didn't necessarily get from them trust and a buyer, right? But that's just what viral content buys you. It only really buys you right off the bat attention. Now, the difference between that and client getting content, on the other hand, is that client getting content creates something else, which is not mass attention, but mass trust. And what's needed for a client to spend thousands of dollars to hire you as their photographer for their once-in-a-lifetime moments, that is something called trust. So think about it. Like, put yourself in the shoes of the customer, right? Think about last time you saw maybe a viral reel or a viral TikTok, for example. And maybe it's from a brand new creator that you've never heard from. They just showed up in your feed and you're like, oh, I've never seen this person's face before, but okay, I'm seeing this and it's viral and I liked it and maybe I sent it to a friend. But were you just right then and there whipping out your credit card, ready to hire them for something right away, ready to buy something from them? Not a chance. Let's say, okay, now they're not brand new to you. Let's say you see 10 more of those viral type of posts and they make you laugh and you send it to a friend and maybe you save it for later or something like that. Okay, are you ready to buy from them now? Probably not a chance still. But let's say then you went to their website, you read their reviews, you saw their products, you did an in-depth review or research of those products and everything included, and you maybe did like video watching and you saw videos explaining about who they are or them talking to the camera or whatever it is. Maybe you even were able to listen to their podcasts. Maybe you even met them in person. Maybe you read their book if they had one. And again, maybe you read their book, heard their podcast, implemented some of their advice, and then maybe even you saw your results in your own life from what they told you to do. Okay, now are you ready to buy from them? Easy yes. Absolutely yes. And what was it that put you over the edge with that person? It's the longer stuff. It's the expert stuff. It's the niche stuff. It's the stuff not everybody saw, but you saw because you went digging. And what percentage of people from their audience do you think digested and dug for that client getting longer stuff versus just their quick viral stuff that you saw through your feed, right? Now, can I tell you a secret? It's probably as low as 1 to 5% of those people from their audience that did what you did and actually went to create a purchase with them. Yes, 1 to 5% of their audience. Now, let me tell you this. The biggest photographers you look up to, the biggest entrepreneurs that you look up to and I look up to, right? The ones with, we're talking like 6-figure, multi-6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure businesses, whatever. I'm telling you right now, they are only probably selling to about 1 to 5% of their total audience. 1 to 5%. Just please let that sink in. And if they are smart, they will keep creating for and speaking to that 1 to 5% of their audience the most. I mean, it just always blows my mind how few people you need as clients or customers to run a wildly successful business, especially as a wedding photographer, for example. Like, you can have 30 to 50 people saying yes to you every single year and run a 6-figure or multi-6-figure business. Like, you've got to stop focusing on the metrics of thousands and tens of thousands and millions and start focusing on the quality of your metrics and building trust with the people who would actually hire you, right? So let's bring it back to you. What's your viral attention building content? What's your client getting trust building content, right? Because they're probably different. I remember one time I had a TikTok that I recorded and it was a little bit longer. It wasn't something that was funny and share worthy, but I was just explaining, talking to camera like this, how one of my couples that I had shot with before did not do a first look at their wedding and they wanted to instead see each other at the altar for the first time. And I was like, that was a-okay with me. Like, you can absolutely do that. If you want to do that for your wedding, we can make that happen, right? Anyway, the TikTok video absolutely flopped of me saying all of this and barely got any views. But I got 2 inquiries, like right after I posted it, who both referenced how that TikTok resonated with them so much that they had to inquire for my photography. Okay? Now think of the example I gave at the beginning about the photographer's blog post and PicTime galleries. Again, it's a space. It's a piece of content that did not have many views at all, but that is what makes the clients. That's what made me the person who was like, I'll be your client. Because photographers, I know you think, oh, not many people view my website. I barely get any views in my blog posts. I feel like barely anyone reads all the way through my long captions. I feel like not many people watch my talking to camera reels, etc. And you know what? You're right. But your future clients will. And guess what? Will 9 out of 10 times not make you a client. It's that 5-second reel of yours that went viral. It's that carousel post of 10 images. Hey, it gets you eyeballs, and that's not bad. That's actually good, but it doesn't get you bookings. Now, does that mean that viral stuff means absolutely nothing to your marketing? Absolutely not, because you can harness that attention and those eyeballs to pull those people in deeper with you so you can create trust with them and deeper trust with them. You can absolutely get someone maybe hooked with something viral and then nurture them with something more trustworthy. And you build trust with them in the boring stuff, in the 50+ image blog posts, in the website redesign, in shooting a video for yourself for your website, in that 90-second reel of you sharing expert advice that only gets 1,100 views. Those are the places where the point is not to gain more views or followers. The very point is to create a customer. So as you create content, do not make the mistake that I see so many people making, which is, oh, if it doesn't get the views, well, it must not be working. No, that is incorrect. Tons of creators and entrepreneurs out there are absolute experts at creating large followings and high views, yet they cannot figure out how to create customers and clients. To me, that sounds like a pretty crappy full-time job to me, a pretty crappy paying full-time job to me at that. Marketing is way too much work to just get paid in views and followers. Am I right? You have to create for that 1 to 5% of people. Those are the people who pay your bills. Those are the people who you need to get to trust you. So the next time you go to create marketing content, I want you to think, is this content client getting content, or is this just attention getting content? Again, they can both exist. They can both work together. I think, frankly, having both is good if you keep the attention getting content in moderation and you keep it true to your niche so that it funnels into your trust building content. But do not forget the client getting content altogether. Do not sideline that. Do not gloss over that because you think it's boring and no one ever sees it. That client getting content should by far come first. And then you can supplement it with more viral attention-getting content. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you found this helpful. And if you did, please do me a favor and send this to a friend in the industry who might need it so you can pay it forward. It really helps the space grow. It keeps me motivated to keep showing up for you with this free education. And with that, I will see you back here next time.